Hey guys, just want to do a quick little update on what we've been up to. So first of all, the TRX, I'm sorry, the FCX 24 Tacoma parts are out. Those have been released on my site. We have the bed cover that's out, and this just you take off the old roof rack that's on here, and this just bolts right on. Also have the sliders. You see those. And then shock keys. Shock keys are kind of tough to show. You kind of see it there. The back one there. Those are all out on my site. You see the bed just kind of bolts on right there, and then inside there. This cover, I mean, the screws are really small that come with it. So mine's been holding on fine. I've taken some rolls on it and everything. Haven't had any issues, but if they come loose, I would just suggest throw some glue on the outside just to hold it tight. But other than that, I think it came out great. So those parts are all on my site now. One thing I did do on these is I am actually using the Injora. I think they're the 25 millimeter or 35 millimeter shocks. These are the ones actually for the Red Cat. They're the shorter ones. I actually like it on this instead, so you don't get so much travel, but it's more than the stock ones. But those three parts, those are on my site for the Tacoma now. And then now I've been messing with these minis. So I've been doing these wheels. These I painted with the gold. What is it? Gold marker. The liquid chrome ones. So I did a gold one on this one. Just for the inserts, but I'm messing with these 0.7 wheels. These are the ones from Tiny Train. I'm sorry, not Tiny Train. Tiny 4x4 online. He has a file for them, so you can download them and print them with a bunch of different offsets for the SCX 30. I just painted the inside of these white. But I'm assuming everybody's going to end up with these methods. So I ended up designing a couple different ones. So I have some tri-spokes, and these are for the SCX 24s. I'm sorry, the Ascent 32s. They have I think it's a 5 millimeter hex. So these will bolt right on. They're pretty much the same offset as the stock wheels. Actually, let me put the other body on. You can see kind of what it looks like widthwise. So it's similar to what the stock Ascent 32 comes with for the offset, but just a different look. So I have 5 different styles. So I did these tri-spokes here. We have these. I think these are the Rovers. Kind of like just a 5-spoke, kind of basic star design. These ones are 7-spoke. These are H2T, I think they're called. I'm sorry, no. These are the H2Ts. Those are those ones, and these, I can't remember the name off the top of my head, what these are called. And then these are the grenades, I think it is. These are all kind of somewhat modeled after real wheels. Just I had to get some inspiration somewhere. So these all, the 5 millimeter hex in the back, so these will all fit the Ascent 32s. They are, let me get one of the Ascent wheels. So this is the original Ascent wheels. So they're slightly larger, not by much. They're a little bit bigger, just so the wheels hold a little bit tighter. These, let me pull this one off. The RC 4-wheel drive, you can see how loose it is Ascent wheels. It doesn't really hold on that good. So I made these a little bit bigger so it holds on a little bit tighter. So those will grab much better. And these will actually fit the standard Ascent wheels also. So if you just want to change out the tires, the wheels and keep the tires the same, those will fit right on. So those bolt right on. But they're about 2 to 3 millimeters wider, deeper, and the offset is about like a millimeter out, so more of a negative offset. So they will stick out a tiny bit more, so it'll give you a little bit wider of a stance. But like I said, they'll bolt right on. You can use whatever wheels. These tires are actually from the Tacoma, the FCX 24 Tacoma wheels. They're a little bit big. I'm just waiting for more RC 4-wheel drive wheels to come in. But I'll have all these tires, these wheels, up on my site soon. I'm not sure what I want to do. There's 5 different, like I said, I did 5 different styles. I don't know if I want to keep all 5 of them on it right away. Let me just put this wheel back on. It's a lot to kind of keep in stock. So if you guys can do me a favor and just at the bottom, leave a comment what your favorite wheel is, and maybe, if you could do which one's your favorite wheel and your least favorite wheel. So maybe I can narrow it down that way. Like I said, these are the grenades. These, I got to remember what they're called. Rovers. That's what these are. I think these are the Rovers. Oh, I'm sorry. No, these are the Rovers. These are Rovers. These ones are the HT2, I think it's called. You got your tri-spokes, and then these are the 7 spokes. I can't remember what they're called. But I'll put a list down at the bottom of what they're called, and yeah, if you could tell me which one you like better, and which one's your favorite, which one's your least favorite, and then that way I can figure it out which ones I want to do. I think these grenades are actually my favorite. I like the tri-spokes, just something different. I just want to do something different because, like I said, everybody's going to end up getting these methods. I actually got some from Mofo earlier. These are kind of their method looking ones, but these are the hex is too big for them, so you have to get a hex extension to make them fit. So these will bolt right on. So I have those 5 styles coming out, and we'll figure out which ones we like, which ones everybody likes, and then that way I can kind of narrow it down. If I have to, I'll do all 5, but honestly, it's a lot. Yeah, those are grenades. I think I like those the most. This I'm actually working with the SCX 30 right now, trying to make them fit on this too. So this is a SCX 30. I actually did the Pocket Snake, the Mofo RC Pocket Snake chassis on there, which is nice, but I actually don't, other than the tray in the back, I don't know if it gives you any kind of benefits at all. But it's nice. If you want a different chassis, I guess that one works. But yeah, those are the wheels right here. This is on the, like I said, the SCX 30. So I'll be working on making the same wheels with the bolt pattern for the SCX 30s next. But out of these 5, we'll figure out which ones you guys like the most, and that way I can figure out which ones to put on the site. Like I said, if you could leave a comment down below, and just tell me which ones you like, which ones are your favorite, which ones are your least favorite, and then hopefully we can narrow it down. I think that's it for now. yeah, just let me know, and then I'll give an update. Oh, and actually, with my site, so what I'm doing right now is I'm on my Etsy store, and then I am starting um, my own website. It's live now, and it's jorcs.store. That's the best I could do for a website. I couldn't do .com or anything. Everything else was taken. So that's going live. I'm transitioning over to that. I'm gonna have all the parts are gonna be on there. These wheels I'll put on there once we're ready for those. Anything else that I come up with for the SEX30 or the Red Cat, I'll put on there. But that I'm gonna try to transition to by the beginning of next year. So hopefully the beginning of January, and then I'm hoping by the end of January I will be done with Etsy and I'll have that store kind of done, and I'll be fully on my website. But my website now, I'll put a link down below also. But my website now will have all the parts I have on my Etsy store, and then plus it's showing all the builds I do. So all the builds that are for sale are listed on there. So if you want to see any of the builds that I'm doing, any of the custom builds, like, this is one that I'm working on. Any of the custom builds will go on there. So you can see what they are. I'll have stock list. I'll have pictures of them. And so those are on my website only. It's not going to be on my Etsy store, just on my site. So I'll leave a link down below for that. But for now, we'll work on these wheels. Let me know what you guys think. And we'll catch up on the next one.